Welcome to the Stanley Playoffs pregame show on SN. You're watching a presentation of SN Sports on SN right here, right now. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. So, as you know, yesterday, one more team punched their ticket to round number 2, and that was the Tampa Bay Lightning. They would join the Sharks, Jets, Golden Knights, and themselves into round number 2, which will begin. I don't know when it will begin because I just don't know. It'll begin sometime in the next few days. But what else was I going to say? NBA coverage begins at noon. I don't know. JW's going to get a show in, so I'm going to get my picks in on Google Plus. But Penguins and Flyers, that game, a big game today on NBC, 2 o'clock. Penguins lead the series 3-2. We will edit that graphic, make it a little better. So, Nashville, they had Game 5 at home, a chance to close out the series. They could not do that. The Avalanche, they were able to come away with a victory. Both the Flyers and Avalanche scored a goal with less than, I think, 2 minutes left in the game to eventually win in regulation. Today is a whole nother day. Both home teams need to win to force Game 7 back in either Pittsburgh or Nashville. So if the Penguins win, they will await a winner. If the Predators win, they will play the Jets. The Penguins will play the winner, or the Penguins or Flyers winner will play the winner of the Blue Jackets Capitals series, which continues tomorrow. Coverage on JW for that game. We'll have coverage of the games. If these games go to Game 7, we'll have coverage on Tuesday night. If the other set of games have a Game 7, we will have coverage on Wednesday night, right here on SN, home of the Stanley Cup Playoffs pregame shows. Again, tonight's games are on NBC and NBCSN. Should be good ones. I know the Penguins Flyers is going to be good because that was one of the best games I've seen the whole playoffs. The Penguins Flyers game. It was tight throughout. Flyers just able to get the goal late in the game. And now let's find our picks. Here we go. So JB absent. He will not get his picks in right now. Let's start with the Predators and Avalanche. I'm really feeling the Avalanche right now. I'm going to go with them in Game 6. I think they can force a Game 7. I don't know if I know the Predators really want to win Game 6. They don't want to have to go back home for Game 7. But I know the Avalanche, those fans, they're ready. They know their team can face adversity. Game 5, they were unfazed. Game 6 at home, chance to force Game 7, and I think that the Avalanche can do it. Now the game on NBC, 2 o'clock, it's the Penguins and the Flyers from Philly. I've got the Pittsburgh Penguins coming to East Pennsylvania and taking a win. I just don't know if the Flyers have enough in the tank after how many hits they laid on in Game 5. It's another short turnaround. We had a short turnaround for Game 3. The Penguins won Game 3 and 4 in Philly. Now it's short turnaround between Game 5 and Game 6. Back to Philly. Like, when I say short turnaround, you've got to cross the state, and then the game is less than 48 hours from the start of the last game. So it's a very short turnaround. Those bumps and bruises are not going to be healed. But certainly, I do expect Evgeny Malkin to be 100% today, and he will put on a show, and the Penguins will win over the Flyers. I can assure you of that one. Thank you so much for tuning into Essence Sports' exclusive presentation, Stanley Cup Playoffs pregame show. Predators Avalanche tonight, NBCSN. It all begins NBC 2 o'clock. Penguins and Flyers. The Stanley Cup Playoffs coverage continues tomorrow on JW. We'll have NBA and NHL tomorrow over there on the Jordan Wozniak YouTube channel. But until then, I'm J-Rod saying have a great Sunday. It is another big-time Sunday for sports fans. Penguins Flyers at 2 and Predators Avalanche at 6 across NBC and NBCSN. Tomorrow's games, you don't know, it'll be the Bruins and Maple Leafs at 6 o'clock on NBCSN and the Capitals Blue Jackets 6:30 on CNBC. Until then, I'm J-Rod saying good night from our studio. Have a great day.